Be calling you a radical. 1% cancer survivors' lives matter. You don't know repression. I like, of course, Black Lives Matter, which I support in the grassroots. Well, I'm probably the guy who invented it. But how about natives' lives matter? Fuck. You don't even know fucking repression. You don't know fucking racism. Try being a Native American in this fucking. Even their own tribal leaders abuse them. Too many fucking casino owner chiefs and not enough fucking indigenous fucking spirits. So, let's get this right. I'm a 1% cancer survivor. I have AML, de nuvo. I was sent home. My case has been in multiple medical journals. Fimbo Peterson and Vincent Hansen both will tell you I'm the biggest miracle in their fucking oncology careers. Now, there's another one, Brian Morris, who had his gutted, came back 9 years. Neither one of us had a bone marrow transplant. Marshall Jensen, who was in the room next to me, who had the HIV, the true pioneer who's dead, you know, in the name of Marshall. And so, Kevin and Carla, who passed from the same disease, he's going to do a thing. He came back in 9 years from him and he had a transplant finally. It didn't work. But Winston, his son, stem celled him this brand new fucking juice. This brand new, he was one of the first patients. He's alive. I talked to him. He's going to do an interview with me. Anyway, and so, important stuff. I haven't had a transplant, and I know I walk the walk. It's right there on my neck. You know, and my open heart surgery, the whole fucking works. You know, the abuse. People in this country absolutely hate cancer survivors, especially 1% cancer survivors. AML, de nuvo, because so many of their loved ones have died from it. I got news. Only the good die young. So, 1% cancer survivors, you don't know abuse. You don't know what I've gone through. And my story should be so paramount on the survival. I mean, I'm the one. Vincent says right here, he says, you're the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. By the way, I'm with Damien Lillard. Well, I'm full of cancer. And where's the NBA on Cliff Robinson? He died of lymphoma. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. I can go on and on and on. They don't care. So let's get this right for once, Kevin. You keep screwing things up. Yeah, that's because I'm a one-man band because everybody hates me. My doctor and I have talked about it. Mike Lee kicked me off Medicaid while I was in the transplant center. I had 30,000 shares of Tesla stock wiped out. You don't just walk away from this disease. This disease is, I didn't have a transplant. It's on your shoulder, you know. I'm glad I didn't have the transplant. It would have killed me, but let's get this right. God, the sun's in my eyes. Yeah. I never missed the can one time when I was in the acute stages. Not one time. Don't miss. Cancer survivors' lives matter. They hate our guts. No Medicaid, no assistance. It devastates you. It wipes you out financially. You lose all relationships. I mean, everybody ends up with divorce or whatever, especially men. The number one killer of AML leukemia, cancer survivors, that's why it's an orange tag, fight like a girl. That's leukemia that invented it. By the way, the Weber State School of Nursing, they were the only great, those nurses, those that watched out of me while I was going in and out of a coma at the bone marrow transplant center at LDS. All this incredible work. Platelet count at 38, sleeping on the coast, document tide pulls, in critical condition. Kicked off Medicaid by Mike Lee, who, I mean, that ideologue sends back our own money. It's unbelievable. Devastated me. Financially, socially. All I need is a miracle. I ain't missing you. You know, they hate our guts. I remember being at Light the Night. I was supposed to speak finally this year, Light the Night. Canceled. And I run into this mom, and she just looks at me, and you can see her, she's bearing a hole, and she's pulling a little wagon with a sign. I knew who it was. You know, she was so mean to me, talking to me. Because her daughter had passed from me. She was in there with me. Don't you see? Only the good die young. The angels, those angels, they watch out for me. You know, I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in violence, but I believe in righteous anger, and I believe fighting back on the people that give it. I'm a 1% of a 1%er. I have AML, de nuvo, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at the same simultaneous Fucking misdiagnosed. I mean, I had to diagnose myself. The whole fucking fight that I went through is incredible. So Vincent says, whatever you do, I don't believe you're alive and you make 60. It's a death sentence where you end. I went in the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. Think about that, Fukushima, the anti-nuclear Rachel Carson on Balco and chemo, but 7,000 videos later, the NSA, I mean, stand up to the nuclear cartel, stand up to this. They hate us. I've learned this because there's other ones out there. They're few and far between. I've done lots of interviews. I used to. I've met other ones. Financially destroyed forever. Socially destroyed. People flee from you. They hate you. I would have never believed it when I got it. I've watched, when you're in the acute fashion, you're sucked up, you got a bald head, and you're walking around like this. Oh, they'll love you. Ask him in the world. He was nice to me then. He ain't now. None of them are. They hate me. They abuse them. Well, that's what this country's turned into. Trumpism. Think about it. Abuse the most vulnerable. There's nothing more vulnerable than AML leukemia survival. 1%. The number one cause of death in even the survivor world is suicide in men. They kill themselves. I mean, one friend, Johnny, went home. His wife said, I went to the store, he had a central line. He took Paris, drank a bottle of vodka, and cut a central line. Oh, you're dead quick. I don't know how I'm alive. It's beyond a miracle. It's truly a miracle. I'll take life over money anytime. All that stock I had, everything I had. And, think about warding off trolls. That the government, I've proven that the government fucking paid. The DOE, the Nuclear Energy Crimes. My own government fucking hired trolls to slander me while I'm in critical condition. Oh, he ain't got... When there's videos of my central line inside the bone marrow hanging out of me. I mean, there's videos of my open heart surgery. Fucking... Dr. Collado says, Kevin, that walking in that fight of yours on the coast saved your life. My platelet was so low, my aortic valve was failing because, I was born with a fucking, mutation. Pete Maravich. With a bad aortic valve. I knew it. Thomas Blanch, the famous heart surgeon, right there is my uncle. Kevin, kick the can, kick the can. Kick that can, they'll get better. They didn't get better. They split me open the old-fashioned way. Dr. Connors, I've known since he was a kid, saved me. He says, I'm doing it the old-fashioned way because we know it works. Ooh, think about that. They attacked me. I was viciously attacked. Collection A, Bonneville Collections here, and the hospital. Well, I'm in their ICU, who caused all this by the misdiagnosis, a lot of it. It almost killed me. Viciously attacking me while I'm in an ICU unit. I mean, I remember Obama used to talk about his mom fighting him, and then he doesn't stand up to the nuclear energy. You don't think his mom was a Trinity downwinder, was a freaking open air downwinder? Mike Lee, same thing. Told me my dad's a downwinder. You're not, Mike? They don't care. Why are you sneaking in nuclear waste to Utah from Italy? My story is epic. I've been in medical journals everywhere. Me and Brian are going to do an interview. We talked yesterday. He's alive. His came back 9 years later. He had and it didn't work. He had transplant. I was in there. I don't know how he didn't die. Fuck, what a beast. He had the de novo surgery, death sentence. He got a stem cell, and then they use this new boost. The same thing with Kadahiki. It's new, and it's working. Marshall Jensen had the HIV injection. He's in the room next to me. We made the decision on the bone marrow transplant the same day. Look up his case, Marshall's. I love that guy. I really love it. I think about it every fucking day. I think about Carter. There was 44 of us in that unit. I'm the only one alive that acute. I will quote him. They says, in 2011, the fall, this devastating rash of this devastating cancer. I didn't have a transplant because I was too sick. After 3 rounds of chemo, the angels, they right here. I was born and raised right here. Watch out over me. The house that the nuclear cartel built. Cancer survivors, our lives matter. Only the good die young, and the angels that all died, oh, they watch out over me. I mean, I don't know how I've got by with a little help from my friends. Thank you, everybody, who supported this historic work. I know it's gone on, and it's been hardcore, and it's been brutal, and fucking it's hard to hang with me. Because, you have to be that way. It's 24/7, 7 days a fucking week. It doesn't just... I didn't have a transplant. I'm glad I didn't have it. It would have killed me. But, open heart surgery, my gallbladder ruptured. I got 4 tattoos up me. I had radiation. I had heavy chemo. I fucking... I'm a big juicer. I mean, my path. And then I use both. The best... it's an amazing story. But they hate our guts. I mean, this woman told me fucking she hated me and hoped I died because I took chemo. Right to my face. While I'm in critical condition. Of course, I'm still probably It doesn't just go. I mean, it's a long walk every day the rest of your life. 1%ers know this, you know. There ain't many of us, but and it's ugly and it's hard. It's really hard. I don't think people have a clue. Being inside of a bone marrow transplant center, I don't think they have a fucking clue. In fact, I know they don't have a fucking clue. You don't know pain. You don't know pain. You don't know pain. It's so fucking hardcore. And it goes on and on and on and on. Wicked. Cancer survivor lives. Our lives, they matter.